This podcast was produced on the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation.
Welcome to Australia.
Aussie.
This is kind of tragic.
Someone who is such a connoisseur of reality television.
The content is hideous.
So sorry about this. Oh my God.
Welcome back to The Cringe is Real, the podcast that cringes along with Australian reality TV and pop culture at large. I'm Sam Cremian, and this week I'm joined by fangirl Ellen to recap episode 2 of Drag Race Down Under Season 4. Ellen runs regular trivia nights at The Keys in Thornbury, including themed Housewives and Drag Race editions, so you know we are in for a treat today. Drag Race Down Under Season 4 airs Fridays on Stan in Australia and Wow Presents Plus everywhere else, and I'll be recapping it each week with a special guest. Ellen!
Hi!
Welcome to The Cringe is Real.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to have you here. Now, what's got you cringing this week?
Okay, I woke up to the news. I woke up to the Grammy noms this morning.
Oh, I haven't seen.
Okay, well, there's some exciting things on there. Charlie Album of the Year.
Yep.
Beyonce Album
But
of
which
the Year.
one? There's so many iterations of Brat.
Yeah, I know.
Brat OG?
I think Brat OG. I think, yeah.
Imagine it's
Brat.
like the other one, like not the OG.
I know.
And
You know
everyone's
what?
like, okay.
I wouldn't hate that either, though. Like, that one's still really good.
But it's totally different.
Yeah.
Oh, who else is nommed? Did
Well,
Troy Boy get any?
Troy Boy
Good?
got, is it like pop dance recording or something? It's
Okay.
the category that is new.
Didn't he get that last year, but then
yes.
didn't win?
He didn't win. Kylie won.
That's right, but they were both
He's
up.
got it again this year.
Yeah.
I think in that category he's up against Charlie
Oh,
and some really.
good luck, girl.
I know, but
Still a huge honour to be nommed.
yeah. Oh my God, and like I'm sure he's like happy sitting in the shadow of Charlie the rest of his life as well.
100%.
Like what an honor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what's the cringe part?
Well, the cringe part is Taylor Swift getting so many nominations for an album that I think is maybe her most boring.
Oh, you are in such a safe space to be
Okay.
shitting on Taylor. Like, I
Okay.
cannot stand Taylor Swift.
like-
So I'm in already.
So I was like a Swiftie.
Right.
I was like, I
Was.
went to this. Yeah, well, I have such a complicated relationship with her. I went to the 1989 tour 3 times.
Wow.
In
That
a
was the one
row.
before Eras?
Reputation.
Oh, before Reputation. Okay, yep.
Yep. I was 19. I was having
Yeah.
the best time, and
Yeah.
it was honestly
You're
the best.
forgiven.
Thank you. But she just, I don't know. I was really into folklore. I really loved that. But then Midnights is trash.
Yeah.
I think it's so bad. I think it's like her and Jack Antonoff having absolutely no editorial control. And
Yeah.
she's just like, she's so big, but she's not taking any risks anymore, which is really boring to me.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's
then
all
this
kind of the
new
same to me, but I
album-
definitely do think the 1989 era stuff was like at least a little bit more fun.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
there's no fun anymore.
No. Also, like this new album, what even is it called again? Tortured Poets
Yeah,
Department.
that name is
I know. Also,
for the bin.
just quickly, her look for the Grammys last year when she announced it was so bad. I really want to like beat her stylist up.
Yeah. And because she's gorgeous. So how do you
She's
make her look
stunning.
shithouse? I don't understand.
Every time.
Yeah.
She's had some really good looks in the past, but they're
Yeah.
kind of few and far between now, which is sad. Anyway, so
Do you think she's like shaking in her boots a little bit now that she's like a little bit to the side
I think
as Ms. Charlie has her moment?
I think she probably is.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Taylor. Go away
Mhm.
for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then come
Go
back
away
and do
with
it
your
again.
hot as fuck like football
Get-
player
get married.
boyfriend. Just
I support that.
yeah,
Get
go
married.
off, do that, pop
do the
out some
people
kids.
exclusive. Pop out some kids, babe. Like
and then come back and do a full Beyonce moment like
exactly.
later on. Yeah,
Everyone will
I
eat
support
that shit
that.
up.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Can I swear?
please.
Okay.
It's highly encouraged. So you host stunning trivia nights
I
at
do.
the Keys. in
Yep, every
Thornbury.
Wednesday.
Friend of the pod, the Keys. Every Wednesday, every week.
Every Wednesday, yep. We are, I should say, we are ceasing
Yeah.
for 2 months over December and January.
You need a break.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
It's the shutdown. And they're not always themed, but sometimes they are themed.
Yeah, yeah. Look, like what I'm interested in the most is just pop culture, movies,
Stunning.
music.
I haven't made it to your Housewives one yet, but I cannot wait to come and just absolutely destroy.
We need to talk about Housewives off mic. But
no, let's do it on mic. What are you watching them all at the moment?
Yeah, I'm not like as caught up as I want to be.
Yeah.
But OC has been appointment viewing for me.
I just watched the reunion this morning.
Okay,
part one.
I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen the clips. Sam, I've seen the clips and I'm so angry at Heather
yeah.
and Emily.
Yeah, I really want to like Emily, but she's making it very difficult. But look, I'm honestly not on either side, and I never am with OC. I feel like I'm I just enjoy watching the car crash. I don't find any of them particularly likable. Yeah, right. Sorry, Miss Storms Bador. I just enjoy the whole thing for the spectacle that it is.
Yeah.
Whereas like on some of the other franchises,
you're really
like
invested.
Potomac and Salt Lake, I get really into a team.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. See,
and Beverly Hills. I have a lot of opinions about Beverly Hills, but like something about OC, I'm just like, no, this is great. It feels like a break from being invested for me.
That's nice. I've just like recently decided that I'm Team Shannon no matter what she does.
Totally. You gotta love our
injured birds.
Yeah.
She's insane. And her choices aren't always correct. But that woman is a glutton for punishment coming back onto our screens.
The way the edit suite troll her, like every time they mention the DUI, then they cut to her ordering Belvedere and lemon, thanks. And I'm like, bitch. It's like the one time she ordered a drink and they just like put it on loop. Tamara just like such a bulldog going for it. How do you feel about Tamara's autism diagnosis? I'm like, same girl. Every time I behave badly, I'm like
messy online. She needs to chill out. She actually needs to chill out because otherwise she's gonna be like Lisa Rinna again. She's gonna get put on pause again.
Those videos of her like fresh from the face peel or whatever. It was
when
like
she was like crying over what Vicky said.
It's like Voldemort.
I know. It's getting a little bit Bethany Frankel.
Yes.
The way she operates.
Yes. Except operating on a slightly different vibration from Bethany, who seems to only be concerned that like local cafes don't recognize her.
That chicken salad that people bow down to her.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now I was going to get you to ask me some trivia questions.
Okay, hang on.
To test my knowledge. Do you have some handy?
I do. So I have some that are rom-com, or do you want Housewives?
Do Housewives. I'm not a rom-com girly, really.
That's fine. Where are we? All right. So these are reused from my Housewives.
Great. Little taste for if you're thinking of heading down to the Keys on a Wednesday night.
Okay, this is a good one.
Okay.
How much did Dana Wilkie's sunglasses cost in season 3 of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills?
25,000.
Yeah.
25,000.
Correct.
25,000. Did you hear it? 25,000. Iconic. Dana, what's she doing these days?
Dana's being messy online.
Was that really season 3?
That was season 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, that show has gone downhill.
Yeah,
like,
and yet somehow
Kyle, we need to say goodbye, Kyle.
I'm
ready.
Either we need to say goodbye, Kyle, or Kyle needs to like be a housewife.
Yeah. And
Kyle
actually tell us what's going on.
Hey,
like,
I'm divorced and also I'm a lesbian.
Also, you cannot pay me to watch that fucking Netflix show with Mauricio. I know that's like apparently where you find out about what happens. I'm like, I'm sure you don't even.
I mean, I've seen the clips and it's just like one clip where he sits down with his daughters and they're all crying.
And he's like, yes, I am. Girls, I am fucking some model. And they're all like, yeah, Dad, we know. And
they're like, it's just so devastating that my mom and my dad.
I mean, look, I would
He was
absolutely with Mauricio.
Mauricio, yeah. You know what? I would
What a
absolutely
babe.
like 5 years ago.
Yeah, maybe
But
not
he's
now.
Getting weird.
Yeah.
He's
definitely
getting desperate.
weird.
Do you want another question, actually?
Sure.
Just one more. Okay, so what kind of food featured heavily in Phaedra's season 3 pregnancy photo shoot?
Oh, shit.
The photo shoot was themed around this.
Oh, I
food.
can't remember. It was so long ago.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell me.
Pickles.
Oh, of course.
Remember? Disgusting.
Yeah.
But very iconic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Those
You
are the
win some,
early
you lose
season
some. I'll have
questions.
to brush up before I head on down. Let's get into Drag Race Down Under.
Yes.
The renaissance of Drag Race Down Under that we are currently living through, mostly thanks to our friend Lazy Susan, let's be honest.
I love her.
She's single-handedly rescuing the franchise.
She's incredible. Yeah. So my relationship with Real Housewives
Yeah.
of Drag Race sorry, Freudian slip.
I would
Real
love that
Housewives of Drag
show.
Race. Can you imagine?
Well, they did do that terrible challenge last season that was like bad.
So here's the thing. I had such a big Drag Race phase in my life that lasted a long time.
Yeah.
And then I just started getting really bored with it, and I thought it was the same shit
I
over
mean,
and over and
fair.
over again.
It really is.
It is, but mate, like I think I've had enough time
Yeah.
away from it so I can come back to it.
Well, Down Under had a real shaky start.
Yeah.
Then we had season 2, which was like this weird fluke of like
Okay.
fabulousness.
Okay, so it's good.
2 was really good. I would highly recommend season
Yeah.
2 to anyone. It's where we got Queen Kong
Yeah.
from, Hannah Conda and Spanky Jackson, who are just like probably the 3 standout characters.
Queen, I really enjoyed Queen
Yeah.
in this episode.
She was great this episode.
Yeah.
Then 3, we took a little slight nosedive back to the vibe of 1. It just, and I have in my notes for this week, the girls are having fun.
Yeah.
And you can tell.
So,
Last season, not so much.
okay, so I watched the first couple of episodes of season 1,
Mm-hmm.
and I was, to be honest with you, repulsed by it. I don't know.
Fair.
It was really upsetting to me. The Indigenous queen got sent home first.
So I
was
will.
so upset by
that for me is where it's set the tone for this is what this is.
It's no hate to the queens.
Friend of
No
the pod,
hate to the
JoJo's the host.
queens.
She's been on this pod.
Really?
She's
Yeah,
totally
okay.
robbed, and to do it over like, oh, you had a message, which they didn't understand the message.
No.
And this is why
Yeah.
having Rue there, I think, inhibited so much of our culture to flow through.
Absolutely, because she turned it into like a bit of a joke, I think. a lot of it.
Yeah. I think she was expecting something based off her knowledge of UK drag. I think she was
Yeah.
expecting us to be the same, and it's like we're not.
Of course
We're not,
no.
and we have really different. Drag is political.
100%.
Always, no matter
100%.
it's a hugely political act. You can't separate that, and I think to not have a nuanced understanding of politics in this country, and and then also the fact that it's like not even filmed in this country. Like it's just we could go on
There's
for
layers,
days about why
yeah.
it doesn't work. But look, we're
Yeah.
back. We are very much back.
Yeah, well, I have so immensely enjoyed watching these first 2 episodes.
This
You're
episode
right,
was
they're having fun.
so good.
And the queens, I just want to say no hate to any of the queens on season 1. Like,
No,
that
it
wasn't
was
what I was
definitely
mad
not
at.
their fault.
I was
Yeah.
mad, honestly, at Rue. I find, I actually think that's part of the reason why I stopped watching, because I find
Yeah.
Rue's criticism sometimes so unfair and so not rooted in reality.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
Anyway.
Season Mom is a hate crime.
Yeah.
Committed by Rue.
Yeah. I might have to go back and watch season 2 now.
Definitely watch 2.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a fun one. But yeah, so we've got this fantastic cast. We start in the workroom. So this episode is called Mr. Right or Mr. Right Now. We start in the workroom post non-elimination. So what did you think about keeping all the girlies for Ep1?
I thought that was exciting.
Great,
Double
right?
save.
Double save. It gives
Okay,
everyone more
Michelle.
time to shine. It makes Michelle look really good.
Yeah.
Perfect. I thought that was a great choice.
I liked that, and especially because it's a smaller cast, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah. It's a very short season.
you feel like you want to see what they've got to give.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Lucina is happy to be safe and can't afford gets a bit emotional. She tells everyone, I love Kana. She tells us she's let herself down. She's not living up to her standard she has for herself. And I'm like, girl, breathe. Like, you can do this.
That always happens.
Plus,
I
the
feel like
Demogorgon headpiece is fucking
so
iconic.
good.
So iconic.
So good. It was a little bit NQR at the bottom.
Yeah.
But the Demogorgon fucking
Slayed.
slayed. That rocked. When I saw that, I was like,
So good. Max is a little bit annoyed about the double save. It seems she's like,
yeah, okay.
so everyone's still here, cool. So we didn't even need to do week 1. I'm like, Max,
come on, be happy
bitch.
for your queens.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's funny.
I guess if you weren't in the bottom, it'd be a little bit annoying. But
If you've come into it with like such a winner's drive, which I think a lot of the girls have,
yeah,
I get why they would be annoyed. But also like makes the season longer, babe. Like more screen time.
Exactly. I think some of the there's a breed of queen, and I think Max falls into this category, and most of the US girls do, where they're like competition minded. They're not television minded. And it's like, girl, the real contest is your personality and how you perform in these confessionals.
I mean, and we've seen with so many US queens as well, they don't win the competition, but they are making $1 million because the audience loves them.
Because they're likable.
Yeah.
You want that. You almost don't want to win first time.
Because then you can't come back for
unless
whatever
it's like
cursed All-Stars season they're doing now.
Yeah, exactly.
My other problem with that show, give it a couple years.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Don't make me watch some... Yeah. No,
Yeah.
we won't get into that.
She's literally opening franchises like it's Macca's over
and she's
here.
making so much money.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I have to respect that.
Exactly. Gotta
fracking.
respect that. The fracking of it all. Oh my God. Brenda is ready to get on top. She's like, this is my week. I'm like, here to go. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I'm going to make it to the top, however many, which I thought was cute. And then Lazy is just like humbly happy to be where she is. She started off the season with a win. How are you feeling about Lazy?
Well, no spoilers for what is to come, but I am obsessed with Lazy. Lazy's confessionals are really funny.
Yes.
I think Lazy is good TV.
Great
as
TV.
well.
She's always got a witty comeback to everything.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Yeah, and that's such a gift for a drag for a drag girly as well. I feel like I love her. She's so polished, but seems really down to earth as well, which is actually really nice to watch.
So it's a new day in the workroom. Freya reminds us that there's still 10 bitches here. We haven't lost anyone yet. Head count. And then Vibe. Oh my God. So Vibe is so funny. Like but it's funny in this aggressively Sydney way where like, have you seen much drag in Sydney?
No.
So it is very different to down here.
Really?
Yeah. I remember the first time I noticed the difference was when I was on Oxford Street one night and I went out to a bar and someone had a drink on the stage and the drag queen grabbed the microphone and was like, excuse me, whoever the fuck's put this drink on the stage needs to get rid of it now or I'll take a shit in it. And I was like, oh my God.
That's
I was like,
so funny.
But it was like so good. But I was genuinely terrified of this drag queen in the same way that I'm genuinely terrified of Vibe. But it's like
Vibe seems really, really scary, and I get why. What's her name? The gorgeous, beautiful, the one who's just moved to Sydney.
Oh, Olivia Dreams. Oh no, Nikita Iman.
Nikita.
Yep.
I get why Nikita is like the girls are gatekeeping, and I kind of believe it. Maybe.
Oh, they absolutely are. But it's like Vibe said, she's like, you call it gatekeeping, I just call it I'm busy, and it's like they're not
both right.
It's not like a community vibe. It's not like let's all, leg each other up like we do down here in
Which
Nam.
I think is sad.
Yeah, but it's also like I love that we're getting a showcase of like the different drag scenes.
You're right. That's really interesting.
Yeah. But I think Vibe is fantastic. I'm getting such a kick out of her on this show.
She's another one who I think is really like fun television.
Yeah. So this bit she goes, someone says something about it's Kana. She's like, lip syncing is my bread and butter. And Vibe goes, don't say bread, you'll trigger Mandy. And I just fucking died. And then someone's like, oh, but I'm gagged. And she goes, don't say gagged. You'll trigger Mandy. And I'm like, this bitch is so funny. Yeah, it's a very like, this whole episode was all killer.
Quippy.
No thriller. No filler.
Yeah.
All killer. I'm loving that Michelle is sticking to the hello.
Fine, we'll take it.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
it. I think it's
funny.
better than g'day.
Yeah, I'm... Hello. I think that's something that we... Like, watching it as a local audience, sometimes when you...
Is
like,
it cringy?
You know, like, when was the last time you said g'day to someone?
Oh, look, never.
Exactly.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, as a joke.
As a joke.
But, you know,
but
like...
hello, we
that's
do
something
that.
I own.
Exactly.
That
It's
like,
great.
the Nor...
It's a Kath and Kim
thing is
reference.
funny.
It's something that
You're allowed
we
to
actually
do. That.
do.
Yeah,
Down
exactly.
Here. Down here and down under, which no one ever says. So she tells us, she looks stunning, by the way. She walks in this like
She
white
looks
thing with like a little
beautiful.
leather buckle. And I was like, oh.
Didn't
looking like
someone say like one of the
Yeah.
queens was like, how fucking dare she look that amazing?
What a fucking bitch. She looks so
Yeah.
good. She looks a bit like a cult leader in this. I love it.
I would join it.
I would join.
Yep.
She tells us that this week, in honour of Olivia Newton-John, the late and great icon of this country, who, fun fact, I went to the same high school as ONJ.
Oh.
It's my one
What school was
name
that?
drop. Uni High in Parkville. Yeah.
Did she
she
go
went-
to uni high?
Uh-huh.
How did
She's
I
a
not
public
know
school
this?
girl. Yeah.
Oh, I miss her.
Don't you love that? Yeah. She came
miss
once
her.
and spoke to us.
Don't. Get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Which, you know, as a young queer,
As a young
was
gay.
highly formative.
Oh my god. Did
Yeah.
you sing Xanadu?
She did not sing. She just came
Okay.
and like talked to us about, you know,
Being
staying in school, or something. So we're getting 2 Sandy-inspired girl groups, one naughty, one nice. What did you think of this challenge?
I thought it was a great setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought like the
It was
songs-
it felt quality. It felt like it had been thought out. It was
Yeah.
giving Drag Race UK level of like someone's actually thought about this.
You're right. I thought it was a good way for everyone to showcase a little thing without it being too involved for the second episode. you
True.
know?
Yep.
Like, also sometimes I find the second episode is a little bit meh.
Yeah.
This is a strong
No,
start.
fair. Strong start. Plus having 2 groups of 5, I was a bit like, oh, are we going to lose? Because sometimes when they do a song with the whole cast in it,
Yeah.
you don't like pick up on people's lyrics or
There's
whatever
too
because
many
it's all
people
too
on the
fast. But they
screen,
somehow
yeah.
managed to do it in a way this time where I actually did follow.
I feel like everyone had a bit of a story with it as well.
Yeah. Well, because they were actually, there was a story to tell there. It wasn't, oh my God, the fucking BMX. Oh, you didn't watch season 3? They did a
No.
BMX Bandits thing. And it is
Wait, that's so funny.
but it was bad. And they had actual BMX bikes on the stage. They had
Were
to,
they riding them? No.
yeah.
What?
It's gone down in
I need to-
history as like the most cringe moment of Drag Race.
I'm obsessed with that. Okay, I need to go back and watch everything. I need to watch everything.
Yeah. But the BMX bikes, ooh.
Can I just say, that is so funny. It's sometimes I like this show really seems to be like a bunch of Americans being like, what's Australian?
A
And
little bit.
some like gay is like,
Yeah.
that one Nicole Kidman movie
Yeah,
from the 80s and she's
totally.
riding the bike.
Even worse, I think you're right. I think it's that, but even worse, I think it's also like some Kiwi gays trying to do what they think American gays want to see
yeah,
about
yeah.
Australia. So it's just like you've already lost like, I don't know.
Well, the local audience, which I feel like you should be at least trying to court. Not to say though, like
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed this season so far, so they're doing a good job.
They're doing a really good job. Yeah, I thought this was
You've
good.
got to strike that fine balance.
Yeah,
You want to
yeah.
get the international audience, but you also want to cater it,
Yeah.
which I think is what UK did so well.
UK have killed it consistently with their writing, and I think it's just the resources that the BBC have and that they throw at it.
That's true, yeah.
It's become one of their like flagship shows.
It's a Stan original here, right?
It's yeah. Which, and I believe the first 3 seasons also had involvement from TVNZ, but they've
Okay.
pulled out. So maybe that's why we're seeing it be a little bit different now.
Maybe
Who
some different
knows?
producers or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go off online. Tell us your conspiracy theories. So the good Sandys are going to sing the song Mr. Right. And that's Lazy, Max, Kana, Olivia and Brenda. Solid team.
So, really solid team.
They just got split down the middle, so it was whoever you were standing next
Which I
to.
thought was very funny from Michelle. And you could see everyone being like,
Where did I
which is
stand?
exactly how I felt in primary school when they would pick us for the soccer team. So
yeah, I'm glad it was just a
Universal
clean break.
Yep.
There was no rigmarole. We haven't had a mini challenge yet. We didn't get one last week and we didn't get one this week.
I love that.
Which do you know what? Fine by me.
Fine.
So, unless it's a good one.
Sometimes they're really stupid though. Sometimes, especially on the US one where it's like, this sponsored product that has nothing to do with anything. Is it like paint a picture of a bitch or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The one on Global All Stars where they were like, do your makeup on a plane and the plane has turbulence. I was like, oh no. And it was like heavily sponsored.
Yeah.
That was, We're not missing the mini challenges. I mean, we need the reading.
We need the reading.
That will come. We might even get that next week.
Challenge. I think I'm happy for them to do a couple of. Well, the mini challenges also work as well when there's less queens and they need to fill more airtime.
True.
And I can get a bit more personality out of them.
I personally think quick drag should be banned. I'm not a fan of quick drag.
Well, it doesn't tell me anything about this person's like brand of drag.
No, it's fully there just for memes. I think
100%.
so. People can be like, "Oh, look, this person looks trash," which I'm like, that's kind of mean, but also sometimes fabulous.
You're right. Yeah, it's definitely trying to be a viral moment, but we get so many viral moments from other stuff.
Exactly, natural viral moments. The Bad Sandys are singing "Mr. Right Now." Loved this, and it's Mandy, Vibe, Freya, Lucina, and Nikita.
I felt like they were all fairly split down, like who wanted to play a bad.
It was perfect.
Apart from Demogorgon.
Kana. Yeah.
Apart from Kana. Sorry.
Do you reckon she'd be better as a bad girl?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. She's got bad girl
She couldn't
vibes.
do good, like, I love you, Kana, but she couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, the Bad Sandys are all so stoked. They're like, we're the sluts, yay. And then Mandy's like, oh, of course, I'm a bad girl. I am just
Mandy's
beyond
funny.
obsessed with Mandy at this point. Like,
the pig bitch.
She is the pig queen that we have been
She's another one who I think her confessionals are really funny.
So good.
Yeah.
I actually this is now a Mandy Moobs Stan account.
The Brisbane Queen.
Yeah, so good. Michelle tells the girls that Queen Kong is the guest judge this week and they all die. Nikita goes, I hope she isn't expecting me to do backflips and shit.
Nikita's not even trying to be funny.
She's great.
She's so good.
So gorgeous.
I'm rooting for her.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Nikita as well. Vibe says, look, there's some dancing divas in the group. And then Lazy Susan, she's got a great personality.
So funny.
Just the Sydney shade. It's daggers, but they're like rhinestone daggers.
Do they know each other?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Lazy's pretty focused down here.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know.
I really want to see Lazy. I've never seen Lazy.
Yeah, well,
really want to see her.
You've got to head to her screening parties.
I saw
Friday.
that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Maybe we should go next week.
We should go.
Check it out. Olivia Dreams. Bless her cotton
socks. Which one is
socks.
Olivia again? Oh,
Miss Wellington. Miss Baby Queen.
Oh, I want to swaddle her.
Yeah.
I want to.
She needs to be
her.
protected.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for her, not from anyone on this show. She thinks she's going to be a rapstress, and Lazy's like, "Oop."
Sorry, but iconic again. Really funny. I actually did a spit take when she was like, I think I'm going to do some rap.
Yeah.
I was like,
in the 50s girl
Olivia,
group challenge.
I know.
Oh,
She's actually just trying so hard and she's so earnest. And that's what I really enjoy about her.
Yeah.
She just she vibe running rings around her.
Absolutely. Vibe is, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
light years ahead. Vibe is going full lunch lady with her character, which I was like, good. Like, play to your strengths.
Was smart. That was really
She
smart.
did a lot of those, like, you know, she's got the campy, like, drag arsenal of tricks up her sleeve,
definitely.
and she really, like, drew from that this
Yeah.
week. Lazy is watching Vibe as fierce competition, and this is when we start to get their kind of like, it's not like an open rivalry just yet. I imagine it's going to
bubbling under.
it will probably blossom into that.
That'll be so amazing.
Yeah.
What
do you
That's
think?
so good for the show.
Do you think they're going to be full rivals by the end of this?
I think Vibe has like a soft side, and I think that there'll be some sort of scene where they'll be like in the workroom and they'll maybe like both be in tears.
Yes.
And they'll be like, you know, you remind me so much. Like,
because Vibe
something like that.
hasn't had her soft moment yet.
no,
Hopefully it happens, because she does have a tough exterior.
I want that from Vibe.
Yeah.
Not that I don't like the tough exterior.
No, we love.
That's what makes
She's
her
giving
so funny.
aggressive Sydney cunty drag queen excellence, but we will need to see some trauma. Michelle's going to need the trauma, honey.
Everyone needs a bit of trauma on Drag Race, which is
yeah.
I have so many thoughts on that. But
I'm looking forward to Lazy's trauma as well. We haven't gotten that. Wonder what it's going to be.
a lot of it was like, I was bullied, and
Yeah.
that's what's so sad about this show is every single
It's
person has.
Okay, cool. Get in line.
I'm not trying to take away from that. Like, genuinely being gay and being bullied is obviously
Yeah.
awful, but it's this.
It's also kind of
They
been done, guys.
do
like,
it
try
every
harder.
time. And then there's like Roxy, who got left at a bus stop.
Well, you can't outdo that.
You cannot outdo
she
that.
wins the trauma
I
Olympics.
know. They should have stopped after that.
They should. Yeah. Max tells us now that she's a woman of faith, to which I audibly gasped.
I was shocked, but also it makes sense. Maybe like that. As soon as she said that, I was like, you know what, that makes sense.
So I have seen Max perform quite a few times here in Melbourne, but I don't know her. I don't know anything about her, and I've got to say, the show isn't helping me with that very much.
Right. Okay. Yeah. She seems like. These are just my first impressions. She seems so polished.
Oh yeah,
Like
the looks are going to continue to look.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's not the kind of drag that I respond to in the way, like, I really like
I hear you.
the crazy weird
concept.
stuff, a concept. And there's obviously a place for like everything.
I imagine she may struggle
She's
with Snatch
very-
Game.
Yeah.
She's one of those
that'll be
look.
interesting.
She's one of those
She's a
look queens.
yeah.
But look, she could prove us wrong.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. So she tells the girls, you know, she's a good Christian girl, but she acknowledges that that's, you know, a bit weird in the queer community, but she wants to own her faith and have that power, which I was like, great.
Actually quite
And
nice.
It was actually quite good. You could see the other girls kind of going along.
like,
Lazy was like, absolutely. Good on you.
They were both like,
They were like,
I can't wait to make a joke about this later.
but I gotta say, it was nice that she was the first to say, yes, these are my beliefs, but I'm happy to poke fun at it.
Yeah,
as soon as she did that, I was like, good on you. Like,
and she did.
She did. She
Yeah.
didn't. I imagine, like, I don't know, in a more like American environment, it would be much more like, these are my beliefs. How dare anyone?
Yeah. Well,
poke
I mean,
fun.
she's definitely in the minority, like, of drag queens.
And poke fun at it, she fucking did.
You kind of have to.
Like,
yeah.
Like, I thought maybe she was just going to make a little joke, but when she came out with that crucifix on her puss.
Really funny.
And
really
take it in
funny.
the back door until the wedding day, I was
Incredible.
like,
Incredible.
slay. So I say, we love you, Max. Vibe and Brenda go over their past TV appearances. This was kind of funny.
Yeah.
There was some like low key, like sort of humble bragging happening in the workroom.
So funny. Vibe was the one who said I was on Cops, right?
Yeah, she's like, I've been on one full episode of Cops. Thank you very much.
I really need to look up the Voice audition.
Yeah, so I don't watch the singing shows, but
No.
like I understand that Brenda was on that. They keep making digs like she didn't do very well.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
need to do more research.
Yeah, we need to find out.
But very funny. The digs are very funny.
Then they do this audition moment where there's one role for Miss TBD. I love this. Miss TBD, which and this is what I love about this cast. They are not waiting to be told by production to do
No,
shit.
you
They're
can
just
feel
making
that.
their own fun. They're like, no. We're going to hold an X Factor style
Yeah.
audition.
Yeah, the chair turn.
The chair turn was iconic. It was very funny. They're all having a great time.
They are.
And they all try the line, or whoever wants to go for the part tries the line, and Lucina nails it.
I know.
What is it? It's like, hey, it's not the 1950s anymore.
We can do both.
We can do both. How do you feel about
Olivia
Lucina?
tried, didn't she?
Yeah, poor Livy. She
Oh,
gave it
yeah.
a red hot go.
I actually was really hoping that she would just fuck it up,
Yeah.
but she fucked it up.
She didn't know. How do you feel about Lucina, in a sense?
I feel confused by Lucina. I love a quiet queen.
Yeah.
And someone
she's
said
quiet, but she's not.
Yeah.
She's quiet, but she's very funny.
Someone
and
said it in the
shady.
first episode. They were like, I'm waiting to see if she's, she's mysterious because she's got a lot of tricks up her sleeve, or she's just boring.
Oh no, she's fully just boring. But that's what I love about
Yeah,
it. As if maybe boring's harsh. I think she's fully playing into, there's more to come, but there's so not more to come.
Yeah.
But I love that.
I don't even know. I'm just confused by her. I love the fact that she's tall.
She's so sexy.
Yeah.
She's kind of giving me Electroshock vibes from season 1. She was also
okay,
quite
see, I
tall
can't
and gorgeous, but
remember,
she was a
yeah.
dancing diva, so they don't have that in common.
Yeah, I think I want her to be funny. But this is
I
the
think she
thing.
is,
I think
without
she-
trying to be. Oh, I think she's.
I think she. I want her to be more funny, and I want her
Okay.
to lean into that.
Yeah.
I want her to lean into the there might not be more,
Yeah. Okay.
But also, let's see.
I want that for her
Let's
too.
see, because now she's sorry. Actually, we won't jump ahead.
Yeah. Corey with Queen Kong is next.
Obsessed.
This look though, girl, Queen. What was this cap? When?
It was very
Okay.
Jennifer Lopez.
It's
or
like they told her
something.
oh no, you have to wear a backwards cap, or else how will they know you're the choreographer?
Yeah, early 2000s.
Yeah. Hip hop music video.
Literally drag, Honey.
It was very
remember
camp.
Honey?
Yes.
Yeah.
They she didn't have it on in some of the confessionals, and she looked amazing. And then
Yeah,
they kept
okay.
cutting between her not wearing the cap and then her wearing the cap doing the choreo, and I was like, take it off,
That's so funny.
please.
I loved her in this. I mean, because this is my first introduction to her.
Oh yeah,
What a
wow.
star.
See, oh wow. I mean, look,
Yeah,
we
I've
won't
gotta
get-
go back.
We won't get into it right now, but she is fresh from a rather controversial season of Global All Stars.
Okay. I've heard a lot about this
Yeah,
controversial
yeah.
season. I need to do my
Great
research.
to see her again on our screens. Just
She's got
living.
so much presence.
Yeah.
And she was so
She's motherly.
motherly, but also fun.
Yeah. She's a fun mum. She's
Yeah.
not like a regular mum. I love. She's like, look, I don't want them to all be depressed messes, so I'll save the barrel roll, because she's got an iconic look where she barrel rolls
I
through the
figured
sky. We start with the bad girls. Vibe is so good. I was cackling in this rehearsal. She's grabbed all the Diamante cigarettes.
Oh, the cigarettes, yeah. And very smart of her as well, being you know what, I need a moment to stand out. That was actually very strategic.
She was masterfully dealing with those props. I'm like, girl
Yeah.
knows her way around a prop.
Yeah. She's a performer.
She's
She's a capital P
absolutely. She's a
performer.
professional. Lucina and Olivia get told by Queen that they are fading into the background, which you do not want to hear,
No.
especially on Ep 2.
No, and not by Queen Kong as well.
No.
I feel like I'd want to impress her.
This team was kind of lazy though. They just rocked up. Queen was like, so have you thought about this at all? And they're like, no.
Yeah.
And Queen was like, do you have any ideas? And they're like, no.
And then she was like, I'll teach you some choreo. Love that.
And then she's like, Nikita, get over here. You're a horse. Lucina, you ride her. I love Queen just taking control.
I loved that. See, I've never seen her. I was like, oh.
It was good.
She felt like a really nice dance teacher that I would have had in grade 4 or something.
You were
know?
a dance girly.
I actually wasn't.
No.
Well, I was for 3 years of primary school, but anyway, we won't get into that.
Oh my God. Mandy is a great team player, I noticed, in this bit.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
she really she was the glue that held this team together.
Okay.
I feel she
didn't
was like,
notice that.
I thought she did a really great job with the choreo, but she didn't stand out. I think maybe on purpose. I think she's like, she's just a good team player.
Yeah.
You can tell. I think she must do a lot of group numbers up in Brizzy.
I love her.
Obsessed.
She seems
Obsessed.
kind, you know?
Oh,
That checks
I
out.
really want to hang out with
Yeah,
the moobs.
The pig bitch.
The fucking pig of the season. Obsessed. The good girls rock up and they have some thoughts for some 1950s style choreography, which is so clever because not only are we already in that world with the costumes and the theme, but then that choreo is really easy.
It was really easy. That was smart. I think they seemed just more glued together as a team.
Yeah.
I think they're...
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was well played.
Yep.
Lazy's plan, she tells us in confessional, is to act like a dickhead to distract from the box step that they're trying to make her do. She's like, I don't know what a box step is.
Do you know, this is like she's ringing so true for me because I don't know, like I could not. I know what a box step is in theory.
I don't know what a box step is.
Yeah.
I would not be able to do anything they do on this show.
No. But that's what makes her so funny. Like that's what makes her so fucking funny. Watching her try and do it was hilarious.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
And then she even got a Logie joke in there for Queen. She's like, come on, Queen, this is how we get the Logie. I died.
I love that.
And Queen was cackling. Like, this is how you do it. Like, she's like subtly kissing ass to the judges, but also showing us how funny she is. She's showing us her actual personality.
Yeah, which you can read. Like, sometimes these queens come in and they have a real like wall of kind of who they want you to think they are, but you can see through it so often.
I know. And look, I've been following Lazy's drag for a long time, so I was pretty anxious about this season because you never know how it's going to go, right? With the edit. So now we're 2 eps in and just seeing her just gliding.
She's getting a very good
I'm not
edit.
worried anymore. I'm like, great, they get it. Because I wasn't sure if they were going to get it, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's pretty intellectual. I know she like acts pretty stupid, but it is actually quite intellectual.
Very
some
intellectual.
Of her stuff.
But that's what is so nice about it, because like you can have some like intellectual stuff, and if someone wants to talk to you about this in such a like almost academic way or something, that cuts half the audience off, you know? People aren't interested in that anymore.
True.
If you're giving me like these really high art
True.
ideas.
She's bringing us in.
Yeah.
It's like
the Timu.
accessible. Oh my God, that's so good.
We'll wait.
Olivia is bricking it. She can't quite grasp the rap with the choreo together, which I was like, baby girl. She is baby girl at
She's
this point.
baby girl.
Yeah.
Again, so earnest, and that's why I respond to her as well. She's kind of on the other scale of Susan.
Yes.
In that like she's not, there's no pretension there, but maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, there's she hasn't thought about it enough. Whereas Lazy has thought about it way too much, which we love.
True. Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
but they're still so themselves.
Yes. But yeah, Olivia, like, she's so gorgeous. She just needs a few more years in the oven.
I think that's literally, I had a note in my phone that said she needs more time in the oven.
Yeah.
She just needs to cook a bit more.
So I don't think it's like in any way, like I don't think she should feel shit about her time on the show.
Like I wanna give her a hug and be like, don't. But no one's gonna be hating on her. Like
no, not at all.
She
got a really good edit.
attitude.
No one's gonna be like, she sucked.
Everyone's gonna love her.
Glad she went kind of thing. No one's gonna say that.
If they do an Australian All Stars in 5 years' time, bring her back.
Yeah, bring her back. I would like to see an All Stars based around all of the queens that were like baby queens when they started.
Yeah,
see where they're at
idea.
now. Yeah. All right, it's Elimination Day. Brenda is excited to show the girls what she can do because I don't know if you've heard, but she's got some pipes. Yeah.
She's a singer.
She's a singer. Vibe throws some shade. Oh, this is so funny. Vibe's like, well, we haven't seen what you can do yet, so please show us. They're talking about the choreo, and then Lacey's like, look, I think choreography is more of a suggestion.
Yeah, and she was right.
that. But then hearing that, I was like, oh no, like, is she gonna
Maybe she's gonna
bomb this
bomb.
hard?
No.
Vibe is so Sydney. She doms the group. Like when they're all together at the like
She
workroom
can't help
table,
it, yeah.
she cannot help it. But it's not annoying. It's great.
No, it's
Yeah.
magnetic.
Yeah.
You can literally see it in the shot. She's like sitting there on the throne, and everyone's like,
Yeah. So good. Then we get Mirror Talk, Real Talk, which, look, this is the part of the show in the format now where, like,
Oh.
most of the time they're sitting around, or you can tell the producers have gone, hey, you,
talk about your
can
trauma."
you just talk
Yeah.
about that time that your dad, like, disowned you? And they're like, sure. But this feels good.
I disagree. I thought this
Oh,
felt
no, you didn't
weird.
like it? No, I like this. Only because, I think the prompt would have been like, talk about relationships or something.
Yeah.
But then they just took it somewhere else. So
Well,
it started
yeah.
with relationships. They were like, who's got a partner? Who's whatever. No surprises that
Moves.
Mandy
I was
moves
that
is in a
makes
polycule.
So much sense.
She's
Moves
like-
out of drag. I was like, oh my God, ethical non-monogamy in the bag.
So she's like, look, I've got multiple partners and lots of people try and tell me that I'm selfish for that. And I tell them, well, it's my relationship, not yours. And I
So
was like,
nice.
yes, bitch.
Yeah. It
Obsessed.
checks out.
Checks out
I'm
hard.
happy for her.
I love she's like beating that face going, some nights I'm like, oh, can you go to the other one, please?
I know.
So good. Kana gets a bit deep. She tells us about toxic gays online, to which I'm
Yeah.
like, yes,
Yeah.
can confirm this exists. She's had issues with her body type and people being grossly racist online.
Yeah.
So she talks about that. Then she also talks a bit about Asian fetishization that takes place in the queer community.
I was glad she talked about that.
Me too.
That felt really honest. Yeah.
And then there was a really like vulnerable moment where she's like, yeah, but it would be really nice to like come home to someone. And that
Yeah.
broke
I
me
know.
because she deserves that.
She does.
And I hope that, she gets that. She will get that. I
She
know she
will.
will.
After Drag Race, are you kidding me?
Yeah. So stunning. But yeah, it is good to talk about this stuff because we do often go, oh, you know,
Yeah, 100%.
people do
that's
like to
why I've
pretend everything's
always-
cute in the queer community, but it's really not.
And there's so many straight people, myself included,
Yeah.
who watch this show and like are actually real time being educated.
Awesome.
Sometimes it can seem so obvious, but like
yeah.
it actually is like a door into a lot of like really hardcore queer issues.
Yeah,
that a lot of
awesome.
people don't really know about. But my issue with it was
But hated this bit.
that I just felt like they usually,
Yeah.
because usually in the like sad mirror talk, it's one bit of trauma and then like we
Yeah.
really sit with that, which is why I like that.
Uh-huh.
But this was
A pylon.
this was everything. And I'm not, that's
That's
not,
why I liked it.
that's not Kana's fault.
No, I like that everyone chimed, like literally pretty much the whole
Yeah.
cast here chimed in at one point. Then we get them all
I just hope
talking
we
about
get more of it. But that
Yeah.
was the thing. I just wish that we could have sat. I mean, Kana talked about really hardcore racism. Like I wish.
Did
we
you
could
think
have,
it felt a bit like glossed over?
Well, because we just had to move on
Sure,
so quickly.
sure.
I think that deserves
I
like
agree.
a bit more time.
Yeah.
But that's. I also, from I guess like an
Mm-hmm.
editing perspective, you want to keep it realistic
Moving.
in the sense that they were actually having that discussion.
I thought this episode was edited so well.
Yeah,
The
okay.
way that they put all of that in. Yes, they did. Like, they fit a lot in this episode.
Yeah.
But for someone with a short attention span like me, I love that it's just like next thing. Then they're talking about having sex, which I was like, yes, this cast is horny and fun. And they're all like, they're comfortable around each other already, which is like such a good sign. It's reminding me of Drag Race UK season 2, which
Yeah.
is like probably my favorite cast of all time.
Who was on that again?
Bimini, Tace, Lawrence Chaney,
babes.
Ginny Lemon. Yeah, they all just like
Instantly
got on really
clicked.
well
Yeah,
and
yeah.
were having fun. Tia Coffee was on that season.
It
like,
is nice
literally,
when you can tell that no one is having to prompt them for
Yeah.
stuff they can just
Yeah.
naturally talk
and
about.
there were
it.
strong contenders in that season, like this one too, but they still got on well. It wasn't
Yes.
like a situation where someone was doing really
that's
well and they all
why-
got jealous.
Yeah, that's why I don't want lazy and Oh my God.
Vibe?
And Vibe. Yeah. I don't want Lazy and Vibe to have like a nasty.
No.
I don't think
they will.
Yeah. I don't think they will. That's what
They're
that's what I
both
was saying.
so professional.
Yeah. You're
And
right.
like, yeah, and they both respect each other's styles, I think.
Absolutely.
We'll see. There might be a moment where we get some tension.
Yeah, but
maybe
like,
not.
Great TV. But then that's what I was saying. I reckon if we get tension, we'll then get a couch moment where they'll be crying or something. which
They're
will be
both pretty
amazing.
unflappable, I think. They're both like focused.
Yeah, Vibe is so unflappable. That's such a good word for it. Lazy's
She could not
just
be
like-
flapped. Yeah. And Lazy's wanted this for so long, so I think she's not here to fuck this up. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? She's not going to allow herself to fuck
Wow,
it up.
I'm actually so happy for her. You tell me
Me
that.
too. Lazy talks about drag zoning,
Yes.
which happens as well. So this is very.
Do you know what? I
this
learned
is
so much.
This is like some internalized like homophobia,
Yeah.
internalized like misogyny, where it's like, yeah, a lot of gay men are like only looking for masculinity,
Yeah.
and it's gross. So I guess, yeah, definitely
See, yes,
being.
I'd never even heard of that concept.
Yeah, I definitely, a lot of my friends that do drag tell me about this where, yeah, someone finds out about it and then they like block them or
block
don't,
them.
yeah, or
Wow,
like full
that's so
just
crazy.
don't, or they friend zone them where it's just like, cool, I'll come to your shows, but like I don't want to bang
I don't wanna-
anymore
yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
The big
that's
issues.
the thing. I really appreciated all these issues being spoken about,
Yeah.
but I would have loved just to like
A bit
sit
more
with them a bit
time.
more.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then this moment was iconic. Kana tells us she's rooted in the Demogorgon head.
I was if you
fucking died.
I mean, that's a me. Like to me, this feels like a like, oh my God, what was her name? The one who was like,
Miss Vanjie.
Vanjie.
Yeah.
This
I love
feels
that
like
I got that from you just going,
Well, I
Miss
couldn't. I
Vanjie,
was
yeah.
like Candy.
Oh
no.
yeah, Kana's
When she was
giving a
like,
little bit of
Vanjie.
Vanjie.
But to me, like the way that went meme viral, like around the world so
Yeah.
quickly, to me, that Demogorgon.
Yeah.
It was already so fucking funny, and for her to say that she's fucked in the Demogorgon head is actually so
squealed.
good.
And that was one of many funny moments in this episode.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We hit the main stage. Dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun.
dun, 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 dun. We
Come
get
girl.
Isis Avis Loren in a stunning sort of fluoro orange thing with a headband and big hair.
Isis won last season, is that
Yes.
right? Yeah, okay. And she's just the judge for.
I think they're going to rotate. So I
Yeah,
think
okay.
this might be her last episode. She might be
Okay.
on next week as well. And then it's going to be Spanky and Keita Mean as well.
Okay.
So it's all the
Oh,
winners.
I loved Keita
Yeah.
Mean.
Oh, we love.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm excited for Spanky too. Michelle looks insane in this sort of like pantsuit thing
Gorgeous.
with like sort of cutouts, a bit see-through. And Queen Kong looks regal as
Cool.
in a
That
kind of
was-
vampire way with this big collar.
Yeah, and like
And
her
the
really
spiky
crazy
hair.
hair. That was that was such a good look, and
Yeah.
it gave her critiques like extra weight.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, that zoomed out shot of all of them, and she's just in the corner.
Well, yeah, you're right. Having actual drag queens on this panel all the time now, you're right. They have to
I
look
really
good.
like
It's
that.
great.
They don't do that much in US
No.
or in the ones that I've watched.
But
yeah.
you're right. Like, they have to look really good because they're about to be like dishing out critiques
Absolutely.
to the girls. So you can't do that
Absolutely.
looking busted.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We get these performances. So cute. We start with the good girls. And yeah, I was so relieved. I honestly feel like this is the first time on Down Under we've had a girl group challenge that
actually
isn't cringy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
It was good.
It was really good.
I thought the good girls were really. They had they were a lot more in unison.
Yep.
They felt like they'd really, as well as trying to stick out, they also felt like they were together. In
Yeah.
that, and like it was a really seamless kind of performance. And I will say, I don't think Olivia's was that bad.
No, neither.
I thought she actually did a really
I
good
thought
job
she did
of
it
being
right.
a cute Sandy.
It stood out because she just with the timing and everything,
Yeah.
maybe like it was a bit
Yeah.
clunky. But you're right. I didn't think it was that bad. Like I thought this group was the stronger of the two.
Yes.
I thought the other group was good too. This one was just like they were all really in it together. They committed to the theme.
Definitely.
Lazy's line. Oh, yeah.
Kana's, I thought, was... Kana is so good and was such a good performer. But she was being a bad girl.
Yeah, true.
100%. Which is, like, she probably would have killed it more in the bad
in the
girl
other
team.
team. I agree. Lazy's line about lead paint was so funny, and then just sort of like being a creepy stalker. It's like, what are you doing in my house?
What a star. Yeah, honestly.
So good. And the way, and getting that to translate, because that's like 10 seconds of songwriting.
And so many of them write these really quippy little verses, but then you can tell they get really caught up in the performance and they just sort of stumble over the line, and like it just doesn't stick out. But you're right. That popped.
Yeah, I thought Max shone as well. I mentioned before the lyrics about the backdoor usage.
Hilarious.
Very funny. And
I was not expecting her to go that hard.
Neither.
On the Christianity.
Good on it. Like that's
really funny.
When you were down to lol about yourself in that way, you have my full respect.
Yeah.
Love it.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. Olivia was orcs, but I think she just put too many words in it. Like I didn't remember any of the lyrics because there was too many words.
Yeah, no. I think I was watching out for her because I was worried about her. Yeah. And then
writing was on the wall.
You know what? That was good, babe.
She should have sung. But anyway.
Yeah.
And then the cross at the end was so funny.
Because, sorry, just to go back to Olivia.
Yeah.
If anyone like embodies the good girl Sandy, it's Olivia.
Exactly.
Like innocence.
That's why you don't rap. You want to do something
Virginal.
really cutesy.
Yeah. Which she...
Poor Olivia.
I love her. Yeah.
R.I.P. The bad girls. I thought Freya's was pretty bad. She was like doing lots of movement.
Yes.
It was a bit frenetic. Same issue as Livy, too many words.
It just felt like she got up there and was like, oh my God, I'm on Drag Race and I have to do a girl band challenge. And she was like, I have to give it everything. But then she was in her head at the same time. So she was like, I think watching this one, like my first impression was that they just were not as synchronized and like on the same wavelength as the good girls were.
Yeah. Mandy's was great though. I thought Mandy did really, really well.
See, I think maybe I was like not paying attention at this point.
She just kind of like it stood out to me as someone that was quite, I don't know, worked.
I need to go back and rewatch it.
Nikita just serves no matter what. Like, I didn't think her lyrics were particularly great or anything, but she always commands the stage so well.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what she can do.
Yeah. But for me, easily Vibe was the standout of this group. Just everything from the facial expressions, the timing, great lyrics, got a dick joke in there. Like, well done.
Really, really well done. What a, like... I mean, obviously she was going to do amazingly from what we know about her, but for the second episode as well, like getting thrust straight into the girl group, she nailed it.
At this point, I thought she was going to win the episode, but we had not seen the runway yet.
The looks.
The looks, which we'll get into right now. Category is sheer genius.
Thank you, Michelle.
Brenda, which great theme, by the way. Love that.
I'm going to pull up my notes.
Please do. Yeah.
Looks, yeah.
Brenda comes out first in purple funeral realness.
Yep.
I really liked the sad makeup she did. It was kind of like gothic and
I enjoyed that. I thought the dress was kind of boring.
Yeah.
But
we've come to expect that from Miss Breast.
That's her drag, and I respect it.
Great.
But I do agree with what Michelle said, is like she gives us a story.
Yeah.
She's good at walking down the runway. It's interesting. She's not just kind of mincing, you know.
Yeah. Oh, she gave us a good story. Love, she had the ashes. Great work from
definitely.
Me. Can't Afford.
Looking way better.
This was a huge improvement from last week.
Absolutely. She showed
1999 Mugler inspired
dress. Okay, fashion.
Hot.
Yep. She looked really good.
Really sexy.
Yep.
And she's a short queen, but this made her
the proportions
look quite tall and elegant.
Yep.
Yeah, well done. Lazy Susan.
Okay,
I
my
was
notes for this.
speechless.
Fuck me up. What the hell? How did she do that?
Wow.
Single female lawyer from the future. That mask.
Yeah.
I could not believe what I was seeing.
There
I really cannot remember the last time. Actually, I can, but it was years ago. I cannot remember the last time that like I saw a look on and it like stopped me in my tracks.
Yeah. We had to watch
Startling.
it. Like, we watched it about 6 times.
Yeah,
we were like, go back, do it again. The way, not only was the look perfectly constructed and conceived as a concept, the way that the show captured the video from the headpiece in the edit was perfect. Like
Really
the whole
perfect.
package just came together really well. The story that goes with it. Are you following her on socials?
No, I
must,
need
because you need
to.
to.
I'm going to
So
right
she
now, yeah.
puts out content every week that goes with the look.
Okay,
So for
yeah.
this one, there's a whole video about this character.
No way,
This
that's
woman
so
who is
funny.
a divorce lawyer from the future, and it's like a kind of Better Call Saul style ad where she's like, "You need me." It's so good. The judges were all gooped and gagged.
Yeah. Back to your point about how it looked so good on the screen.
Yeah.
I think that is something that like a lot of the queens struggle with sometimes is their look probably looks incredible in person.
Yeah.
But sometimes it does not translate for TV.
Oh no,
And
Lazy knows the medium so well.
Lazy is-
She's produced
yeah.
TV before. She knows what looks good on
Oh, so
camera. Like you can see
So smart.
that the way she turned her head so that you could see her actual
was
mug
a-
and then the mug. Oh my God. Plus she's just working with fantastic creatives in Melbourne.
Yeah,
And it's
okay.
like, shout out to the whole community here that chipped into this
100%.
look, because she's worked with like amazing
I mean,
graphic
this
artists.
look, following up that first look from last week as
Yeah.
well, which was the other one that absolutely fucking sent me last week.
And just super different concepts, but like she's going to give us concept every week.
Conceptual. This is what I
Yeah.
love about drag. Like
Same.
take me somewhere that I didn't know I could go,
She just has to keep it up now.
which I have,
Which I have
so
all
much
faith,
faith
yeah.
in her. Yeah.
I love, she goes, some will call it gimmicks, and God bless them. I love that bit. She's like, but a gimmick is just good drag with a little hat on. Max comes out again.
The
She's
the good witch.
Yep, right. White, sheer, stoned. Look, like
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Queen.
We're not looking at Max to change fashion or stop us in our tracks.
This is the thing, right? And there's definitely queens who do this, and that's what their whole thing
Yeah.
is that I'm just high femme as you could possibly go. But
It's
like,
gorgeous, Lena.
it's beautiful, but I'm bored.
I'm bored too.
I've seen it before, and that's just me personally.
Yeah. She's just won a lot of the same stuff. I think last week I liked that she took a bit of a risk for her
Yeah.
with the kind of croc hunter vibe
Yes,
thing.
that was good. That was actually.
I'm glad she did
was
that,
good
because
last
if she
week.
did all of these flowy, like girly things throughout,
it would be
I'm gonna have an
samey.
issue.
Yeah. But again, so polished. Like
Yeah.
she really, her looks are like leagues ahead of some of these girls, I think.
Olivia Dreams, let's just be honest, not great.
I wrote, Olivia is trying.
That's nice. I didn't. I just said this is trash.
Yeah.
The worst bit was, I mean, so it was kind of Cher inspired.
That's what I said. Are you going to talk about the wig?
Oh, honey.
The wig was... See, this almost worked for me.
I think she looks more gorgeous out of drag than in.
Yeah.
Which is not a good thing to say to a drag queen. Yeah, because she's got such beautiful natural features. And then the
yeah.
makeup skills aren't there.
she's
She's not accentuating them with the makeup.
No.
And then the dress was like actually quite beautiful,
what I
but it just
mean.
didn't. It wasn't that exciting. And then,
But I think if
yeah.
I don't know, I think if she'd beat her face,
Yeah.
she probably just needs like a couple of
She needs to
lessons
make
from another queen.
from a queen that does a bit more like big,
Yeah.
because you're painting for TV cameras.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that wig, like, I really think it actually could have served so much if the wig was sitting incorrectly on her head. It was like flipped. It was like straightened upward and then it fell down.
Yeah.
And I thought that like the vision for Cher, really long hair, like that's that kind of Bob Mackie, Grammys look kind of thing.
Yeah, you need to commit to that.
Almost there, but she, like we said, she just needs more time to cook.
Yeah,
baby.
No one really did just like a straight up, just like sheer, like dressing gown kind of thing, but maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah.
The worst bit was though, she said she thought it was the best she's ever looked, and I was like, oh, don't put that bit in. But anyway, Freya comes out just as a woodland nymph, which was an interesting choice.
Okay. So, love where you're going with this.
Yeah.
The execution is a little bit wrong.
Yeah.
Because that wood thing, I figured it out, who I think she looked like. Literally for the last like 24 hours, I was like, what is she reminding me of? There's this one Star Wars character from...
What Star Wars-y?
From the like animated series that I've seen memes of.
Yeah, right.
And she has, I think she might be in like the Disney show. She's she's blue. She's cunt. I love her.
Yeah.
She's like, I think she's blue and she's got like this headdress thing that like, it reminded me of that.
A little bit Fifth Element, like the
which
diva.
is wrong because you're going for woodland nymph. The wood is a really good concept to have, but it didn't look
alien. It
didn't look tree. It looked alien tribal somehow.
It did, yeah. It was like well done. I thought the mug was pretty good, but like I don't know. And then they read her for it.
I know, poor thing.
Lucina looks sexy. This is actually very electroshock, to circle back to my comment before.
Loved this. The like red lace.
And sheer.
Stunning.
I thought it was hot. Like she's just like, I'm not gonna try and do anything crazy. I'm just gonna look really fuckable.
And that's what I want. I want her to look really fuckable, but then her to say one extremely funny joke per episode.
Last week she had me wrapped around her little finger with the judges know I'm tight line like that. I just gagged. She's still hanging in there with some of the like sassy lines, but like they weren't as good this week.
Maybe she just doesn't actually know what she wants to be drag wise.
She has no idea what's going on. She has no idea what day it is.
She's just throwing shit at the wall.
But
I'm happy for her.
Yeah, she seems stoned at all times, and I love that.
Yes, which is so much fun. If you're like sexy stoned and then you just say something like a little bit dumb, a little bit sexy, it's so funny.
Mandy has her tits out. She got the moobs out.
Yeah. What did you think about this?
She's like, I'm wearing 69 meters of gold organza. Yeah. It's like, oh, bitch. Yeah. This is classic Mandy. Look, I didn't love it, but I love that she loves it.
I love that she loves it.
I love Mandy.
I love that she had her tits out.
Mm-hmm.
I love the concept, but I wrote that, and I think this is true, I think the yellow organza looked really cheap on camera.
Also, girl, you coming for lazy in Untucked for the fabric, for the trying to say she didn't hit the brief.
Yes, that was the one.
Be careful.
That was the one thing that I was like, maybe I'm mad at Mandy.
People will turn. Yeah. Because obviously we don't care.
I think
and
she's
we
had
love
a good
lazy.
edit
So
far.
don't get salty. So I hope that was a one-off thing. If she does that again next week,
I'll be a little bit angry at her. Yeah.
Yeah. But we love you, man. Nikita comes out as a beautiful blooming bouquet. Or is it bouquet? She just serves. Like, I thought this look is snooze. Most of her looks have been slip dresses with things stuck on them. No.
Yeah.
Which, just stating facts.
Not to bring capitalism into it. I get that not everyone can afford a lazy level concept.
Exactly, and she's just moved to Sydney. It's an expensive place to live.
It absolutely is, and you know what? From what I hear, drag is also extremely expensive. Yeah.
So she's doing great.
So I think she's doing her best, and she's sexy, so she can pull it off.
But it's not even like she's sexy, but she performs so well. She could be wearing like a fucking piece of tissue paper. She's got a real little personality that comes through with everything, and that's why I'm letting her off on the. Yeah. But you know what? I liked the concept of like 3D flowers and shit. Like that's interesting. Yeah, she'll be in trouble when they get board
when it gets to the fourth episode and she's doing the same thing, and Michelle will go,
they'll run out of grace. Michelle will go, we've seen this look from you. Vibe, so beautiful, but Was it see-through? I don't know.
Well, this is the thing. I get what she's going for. I think it's really obviously stunningly constructed and tailored.
It was actually so beautiful.
I didn't think it translated that well on camera.
No,
though,
yeah.
Because she explained the concept and it's interesting. It's like what fabric that's supposed to be on the inside on the
Yeah,
outside.
yeah. I like that.
Interesting concept. I want to see that in person.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's translating for me on television.
Did it have a stone or a shimmer? Or something? It was quite sparkly.
It was, but
looked thick.
the neutral tone of it, I felt from like when you zoomed in on it. Okay, kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But just when she's that visual, like of her walking down the runway, I was like, a dress.
I also want to see different makeup from her.
Okay,
I think she does the same kind of. It's very, I'm a drag queen
Yes.
beat, which is great. But like, I want to see it.
Challenge me.
Yeah. I just want to see it slightly different. But we love you. Crits. They are judged individually this week, not in the girl groups.
Which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. I'm glad though.
I think because vibe. Yeah.
Kana, Max, Mandy, and Nikita are all safe.
Thank. You know, I was looking at Kana and I was like, yeah.
She deserved to go through.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Kana. Brenda is up first. Isis says she is doing great. She did a really good job.
Yeah.
With the runway performance. Reese also loved it, as did Queen, and Michelle is on board with this look too.
Yeah.
So Brenda's feeling pretty good about her chances.
She did a really good job.
She did really good in the challenge too. Like she did show she can sing, but
if
she was funny.
Lazy hadn't come out with that, she
groundbreaking technology from AliExpress. Yeah. Lazy, they all died. Like these are some of the critiques. Like I have not heard these words come out of Michelle's mouth before.
No. And this is the thing, right? Like I think Rue has lost her way in terms of critiques.
Agree.
I think she's not connected to reality anymore, fracking. I think she, I think sometimes, like why I can't connect with that show is just because sometimes I find her too cruel and she's not trying to get what you have these boundary pushing queens come on. She's like, I don't get it. And then you have these beautiful like.
Well, you're right. She'll reduce someone's painstaking work into just like,
one thing.
oh, but right now I'm not feeling like that's landing.
Yeah.
It's a very like, you're right. She does have a capitalist energy.
Yeah, she really does. Whereas like Michelle alongside her, sometimes I'm annoyed at both of them, but you can tell Michelle has to go with Rue.
Yeah, of course.
It's the paycheck, and I really respect that. But that's
Cats
what I really
away.
like about Michelle hosting this season.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
She's
Everyone
in
is
charge.
relaxed.
And her crits, I've always
They are
thought on
good.
US Drag Race, have always been the most constructive and the most
Yeah.
nitty gritty.
Yeah.
RuPaul is commenting on the whole thing. Michelle is the one who's going to say your makeup. Fix it. You know?
Yeah.
Which
True.
is what we're responding. We're
and
saying.
they actually can do something about that. Being like, all your looks are trash. It's like, well, I just have what I packed.
And
like,
that's the thing that we always forget. They pack it. They actually can't change too much up.
No.
Which must be devastating
Yeah.
if you're getting those crits from Rue and you're like, well, fuck, I know what's in my suitcase and it's not going to wow her.
I have to say with Lazy too, like I'm so proud of her. I'm really glad that she's leaning into just like being honest. Like, yeah, I'm a fan. Like I've been watching this show for a long time. I've been preparing for a long time. When she said that, I was like, yes, people are going to connect with this.
Yeah.
Because you're being open and honest about your experience leading up to this show.
Yeah.
She's not pretending like she just rolled out of bed and made this. Like she's been thinking about this stuff for ages.
That was really nice when she was like,
But then also finish it with a joke. Like,
hello.
I've been waiting to buy this thing from
whole
AliExpress for so long. Like that was so
it
good.
just makes me
It's
like her
relatable.
so much. Yeah.
Olivia, Queen Kong starts with a really nice, encouraging speech about her standing in her power as a Māori woman, which I loved. And is one of the reasons why I responded so well to Queen Kong this episode. But it was like a great way to just say that, so that it's like we all really respect you. However, we are going to read the shit out of this terrible look.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm glad we got that moment. Michelle doesn't think this look is sheer. Like, what do you call that fabric where it's just got like
it's like
bits cut out?
Almost like macrame or something. It's not really, but it's like...
Michelle's wearing it as well in her suit. I don't know what you call that.
I think this is more sheer than some of the other looks that we saw though, you know?
they go hard on Freya for the woodland nymph thing. It was
Yep.
a real miss.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that.
I feel bad for her because it.
It could have
wasn't that
worked. I think all she had to do was not bunch so much fabric, because then you couldn't
yeah.
see through it anymore. But honestly, it's a bit of a hard brief, this one.
Definitely.
Because so much you can do with it, and then also
'cause-
where does it stop, where does it start?
Yeah, and the obvious thing that you want to do is probably what is the
Yeah.
obvious thing that you'll get read to shit for. So
I love this bit as well. Like, Queen can see that Freya's getting a bit affected by the critiques, and Queen's like, look, Michelle is not here saying that you suck and that you should just like kill yourself. And then Michelle's like, yes, I am.
yeah, hilarious. Really funny. See, I've always
so
felt that
good.
Michelle like has a rapport with the drag
Yeah,
queens
she's
in a way
good.
that Rue doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe because they're not so scared of her. Who knows?
Well, I think she tries.
Yeah.
She wants to chat to them. Like RuPaul famously doesn't talk to them
Nope,
beyond.
doesn't remember their names.
Yeah.
Lucina. They say she's fading into the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty much her crit.
Yeah.
And Vibe, Isis says Vibe stole the show. It's tens from her.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle says she's a scene stealer, and all of the tricks she executed were perfect,
Yeah.
which I totally agree with.
Yeah.
Glad Vibe's getting her flowers. Then we head to Untucked, and yeah, this is Mandy's very curious. She's like, "What's the tea? What happened?" from the stage.
Which I love from her.
And they start with Brenda. Brenda's like, I think I might have this one, guys. I was like,
Great.
what?
Yeah.
And then they're all like, oh, but Lazy, you also got good critics. And she's like, yeah, they were pretty lovely. She's so good. Vibe and Lazy are the clear front runners. And I love this because it's a beautiful Sydney-Melbourne analogy.
Yeah.
I think it's
okay.
like,
yeah.
because Vibe goes, I would never even think to do that, what Lazy's done, you know? So it shows
Yeah,
us
that's really nice.
Lazy represents these like weird queer art kids down here.
Yeah.
And Vibe represents the polished performer edge
Yes.
that Sydney has. And I love we're getting this.
Two different, really
Yeah.
distinct styles of drag.
It only took 4 seasons. Then Freya breaks down in tears. She's upset she's in the bottom.
Yeah.
They did go pretty hard, but like, yeah, you gotta toughen up, girl. This is Drag Race.
That's not RuPaul's best friend race.
No. Olivia jumps on the tears train as well. And everyone, they really rally around her. I love this.
Yeah.
They're like, you've done Wellington really proud. And then Nikita's like, yeah, girl, and those Wellington girls, can I say?
That was so funny. And I will say it, the right thing to say as well. It made her look so extra funny and also really supportive, which is what fans are going to respond to, right?
It was great.
Really
And then
funny.
Olivia's like, Nikita's only being nice to me because she wants to sleep with me.
See? Like, you can be funny.
And I was like, Olivia, you're funny too. They actually they can all lol, which is
Yeah.
why I'm enjoying this season.
Actually, I'm just thinking, this is one thing that I just wanted to say before about Olivia.
Please.
Where I think she most falls down is her face. She cannot figure out how to make her face serve. Literally in her facial expression.
It's like a
She's
jaw
like-
lock thing. Yeah, I noticed
she's
that too.
so like nervous, or she's just
Yeah.
like really holding herself.
Tyra Banks would
Yeah.
have her in a mirror,
Yeah.
like
yeah,
unlocking the jaw.
Yeah.
It's Delib's time. Michelle says that she has never seen anything on that level about Lacey's drag, which I'm like,
See, we're watching history. We're
we
watching
are
her story.
actually watching history be made. Back on stage, Lazy wins again. I was so shocked. Like and then
I
fucking
know,
rightfully
double
so,
win
but I
right at the
wasn't.
start.
I was not. We
Incredible.
haven't really had this sort of track record out the gate before, have we?
Yeah, it's exciting.
Really
like,
exciting.
Yeah.
I was dead. And I love, they get this confessional in with Lacey where she goes, the girls in Melbourne are going to be screaming that I won a Corrie challenge. It's
Yeah.
fucked. And I
I
was like,
know.
that is so authentically Lazy, that bit. And yes, we were screaming.
Yeah.
I can't believe you fucking fudged your way through a
Genuinely,
Corrie
though.
challenge. Well
But
done.
that's it. Like just goes to show that like it's not always about that. It's
Yeah.
about. I mean, you know what? I'm sorry. Like it usually actually is always about that.
Yeah.
She just absolutely fucked it up with that runway.
She fucked it up.
Yeah.
So good. Freya is safe, leaving Lucina and Olivia in the bottom.
Which I was. Yeah.
How'd you feel about that? Was it correct?
Well, like now that I think about it, it probably is correct. But
Yeah.
I actually was expecting Lucina's look to get
her through.
through
it was
potentially
pretty
because
stunning.
it was really good.
I wouldn't have hated Freya and Olivia in the bottom, but
Yeah, but yeah, it was.
no, I think it made sense. Yeah, they
Yeah.
really don't like Lucina. Like she was in the bottom last week as well.
No, which
and both
I
times
felt-
I'm a bit confused about. Like, yeah, I get it. She's like lacking energy or something. I just really like it.
I know. I want to hear them talk through that a little bit more
Yeah.
as well. But this also opens us up to like a potential comeback from Lucina. What if she, like,
Yeah.
let's light this fire under your ass. Like, let's see what you can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then we had lip sync to Free Falling.
Which
what a tune!
I forgot about that
It's that
song.
deep cut.
It started playing and I was like, wait.
Because I was like, the name came up and I was like, I don't know this song. And then it got to the chorus. I'm like, yes, I fucking do.
Really good song.
Really good. Like, this is 2 for 2 now.
Yeah.
They're picking good, clever stuff.
Like, again, RuPaul's gone
Yeah.
and we're not getting boring ballads.
Exactly. I remember just going off to this at the Peel back in the day.
Oh my
Like, this
God.
is this will come on if you stay out late enough at your nearest gay venue in Australia. This will come on.
I remember going off to this in year 7 at the
Yes.
locker on my Nokia E63. So
Amazing. Livy, unfortunately, is a bit orcs. I thought Lucina ate this. She was actually quite funny. She did some cute little gags. She was like, bye-bye.
yeah, she did a good job. I will say, Olivia's role that she did,
she's like, Queen's here. I'm going to do a barrel roll, but on the floor.
it was not right.
It was not right. The
It was
girls
not right.
kind of gagged back. Like, you could see
I know,
Kana being like, "Whoa."
I love watching them in the background. Sometimes
Whoop.
they're like,
So
yeah,
good.
but you know what? I really respected her for trying that.
Yeah. And no
She
one
had
was
to.
surprised. We
No,
say
no.
sachet
Yeah.
away to Olivia Dreams. She should be so proud of
She really
being
should be.
on the show. I think she did great. But also, I'm glad they did that. I think it would have been cruel to keep her around for any longer and have a
I think so.
struggle.
And, unfortunately for her, like we were saying, this is such a strong cast. This is such a strong cast.
Yeah.
Like,
It is.
she...
And even
Yeah,
though
it
we've got
probably
clear
would be
front
more
runners, that can
painful.
always change. And I'm
100%,
excited to see what happens.
100%. I mean, we've seen it before.
I know. And next week we get Snatch Game.
I know.
How good.
God, coming out of the gate. I'm really excited now.
Really good.
Damn.
Well, Ellen, thank you so much for joining me
This has been
this
so
week.
fun.
So much fun. Tell our listeners where they can find the trivia.
Trivia is Wednesday, 7 p.m. at the Keys Leisure Centre. There is only 3 more weeks of it, so if you do want to
Get
come down.
Are there any themes coming up?
Look, I'm thinking about doing a music round coming up.
Oh, okay.
But if you like pop culture, especially if you like movies, I would
Yeah,
say
cool.
come. I'm a big movie gal.
Great.
That's sort of my bread and butter.
Amazing.
But I do like putting gay questions in there.
Well,
You know.
sign me up.
Yeah.
All right, doll. I'll see you there.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Cringe is Real with me, Sam Cremant. If you would like to support the show, rate, review, share, and tell your friends about it. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the show notes.